have, let's look into the City Oilers, pushing for the Ball Glory.
Yeah, City Oilers, Ugandan champions of the last 10 years. It's they've dominated the championship in Uganda, and they won what they call their La Decima, their 10th title now. But they've fallen on hard times in the BAL. They've competed. It's a very expensive venture. BAL is the African Champions League equivalent of basketball. And City Oil have always participated. It's a very expensive venture. It takes you to different capitals around Africa. And so you have to come up with lots of money and go there, compete, qualify for the next one, and the next one. That's the way it has been done. And now they're preparing to go for the Elite 16 this year. Every time they've made it to that last 8, they've never got out of the group stages. This is what they're looking to do this time, yeah. So thankfully for them, it's next door in Kigali. It should be a little cheaper for them, relatively speaking, than having to go to Alexandria in Egypt or in Tunis or Cape Town or even sometimes in Luanda in Angola. So now they're going to Kigali, where they actually have their fan base from Kampala can go, and they have a few guys who support them in Kigali as well. But that tournament has been postponed to the end of the month. It's rumored to be between November 26th and maybe December 3rd. They've put together a team, as they usually do. Usually they have the domestic guys who win the title for them, and then they beef them up with Americans and a few other foreigners, especially for size and experience and skill and experience. They bring to the team. They managed to bring Petit Parish, the American, to play some league games for them here now in football, which is a good thing. But he's been joined by Jermaine Roback in camp, because I was in Lugogo and I was seeing this guys train. And they've got a new big guy, a Nigerian called Israel Otobo, who knows his way around the region because he's played in Burundi and in Rwanda as well. And they have Philando Jones to come from the US as well. So it will be a strong team. That plus, of course, the local lads, Titus Luwal and Fayed Bale and Ivan Mwezi and the veteran Ben Komakech. Those guys are still playing. So it makes for a strong team to go down there and try and compete in the Elite 16. We'll see how that one goes, but like I said, it's a quite expensive venture. You can imagine the tickets they have to fork out for the guys who come from the US. And they're paying them at a run in these rounds upwards. From what I've heard, of course, none of them will tell me officially. But from what I've heard, they pay them upwards of $7,000 for this stage, and about $20,000 for the last 8. It's a lot of money, and then of course they have to take care of the local lads as well. It's it's tough, but it's because it's in Kigali. We're likely, even I'm likely to go down.
Mark,
and support them. When they're in the local league, I don't support City Oil. But when they represent Uganda, I'm on their side.
Mark, I'll say this. And I mean, do you think we know how Oxy, James Okello, and then Ivan Anabu, is it Ivan Jimmy Anabu, left City Oilers? I thought that departure should have been handled better. I thought it was needlessly acrimonious for guys who had been very, very glorious servants of the club for such a long time. I mean, you can never depart what Oxy and Jimmy Nabo did for Oilers, regardless of how they parted.
They will be two of the greatest in their history for as long as City Oilers exist. Yeah,
but
that should have been handled better. That was a bit ugly. These are guys who are supposed to be even sitting up in the stands in the box when Oilers are playing, because they should have left in a better way.
Oilers should actually retire their jerseys.
Retire their jerseys, put them up in the rafts, and then give them some sort of testimonial and things like that. It was a bad parting of ways, and it left a bad taste in the mouth.
One of the sticking points, and I've done my investigation around the exits of Oxy and Jimmy Nabo, were because I think there was a bit of preferential treatment to the guys who
come from abroad to play ball.
And they're given some, should I call them, also obscene, but the wages, there's a big differential in
the disparity is big,
disparity is big. I want to believe that issue has been harmonized, because certainly it was one of the issues which caused the rift between Jimmy and
City. That's true. City Oilers didn't handle that exit, that departure well. But then they were handed the opportunity. Actually, it's an eye opener for them to perhaps deal with player management issues and remuneration better. And they're in a better position than any other league club to do that. Basketball league club to do that. But also going forward, I think it's not too late for actually either side to extend an olive branch so they get, but just for the good of basketball.
Yes.
It can't continue to, it can't be that that's the end of the story between Jimmy and Oxy and City Oil is the way it was. That is something that can be mended, I believe. But never mind, we'll move on.